Hello and welcome. Today was an early day. I am in the Netherlands and look at that. No, I have not started cars. I might do that later. We are doing mixing boards, of course, and there's one inside this truck that might look familiar to you. Super cool. I've never been in one of those. Yes, this is a Ü-Wagen. You would call it. It's a truck with a broadcast studio in it, and look at that. It's so nicely made. Such a cool thing. Kind of reminds me of the airplane that brought me here today. Neat. And then, yes, this is a LAWO. A bit smaller than mine. I mean, because it has to fit in here. Also, no wooden sides, because space is limited. What do we have here? A cold start, yes. We look into that. But we started working already, and even more, we have no working ATM network. So the switch is giving us problem here. More details very soon. Just look at that, so cool, with the monitors, with the clock, of course. And then this board with a few nice features. I like this. Mine had the wireless, but my wireless is not working. More displays. Stuff's looking really cool. And then also, just look at how this is made. So cool. Yeah. That's how it looks like when you open these service doors. Such a work of art, really. Very, very nice. And we are going to make this work again. I hope we have time until tomorrow afternoon. That's where I will be leaving again. And let me show you what's the problem. So with the switch, you see we have all the connections similar to mine arriving here. Now we have two ATM network cards in this switch because one is actually for external. So this might have been used in conjunction with other systems. Interesting. But there's nothing really connected to it except for one, and I think that's an ATM switch that is on the back of all this. And now this should be talking to the computer, but as you can see, no arrows, but also no status. So we're not able to make them all talk together. This is the ATM host. It is important. We check cables and connections already between the individual computers. That's fine, but all the computers themselves gives us the timeout if they want to reach anything in the system. That's what we're going to fix now, hopefully. Man, this is so well vented. Also, you might notice it is not much quieter than my system. The server shrunk is a little bit smaller. Of course, it had to fit in the truck, but the climate control here works a charm. It's a fresh breeze coming here always. And yeah, next up we will have a look into the heart and soul of the switch. We flipped one, or we exchanged one for a spare because it was giving us an error message. We flip it back with the one we had in here before, and then maybe we have a look into it through this serial connection, and I keep you updated about that. Stay tuned. Okay, let me catch you up on what happened. So the network, ATM network, is not working, and we first confirmed what is working, and are very happy that all of the ATM network cards as well as the cables inside the computers here. The management server and the GUI are working, which is great. Now what does not work is the heart of the switch, the mainframe, right? Consisting of these network modules, these audio I/O modules, these DSP modules, and then the control point. And our first control point that was here, our number one, gave us an error message saying that the real-time clock was not functioning properly. We couldn't get that to work. Now the other two we have, there's a 2 and then there's a 3 we have as well. They would work, we see they active, but on inspecting the state of these through the serial connection, we would find out that these are completely unconfigured. So these are just blank modules. They don't know what their address is. They don't know what their job is. That's why they're not talking. We will tell them what to do. We will give this one addresses, the right bootloader, the right software versions, and let's see where we are. Excited. I mean, I just love this truck. Can't say it enough. Just a super, super cool thing. With this board crammed into, fits perfect. No side panels. Neat. Snug fit. Hello and good morning. Look at that. So cute. I spent the night here after we had quite a crunch yesterday. Yeah, Patrick from Service Connection invited me here, let me stay up very late. But we were successful. I can't wait to catch you up on the truck. I will now get something to eat and I can't wait to get back and show you what's happening inside. Here we are. This is the startup sequence. They will now come up one by one, timed. So cool. So cool, and with that, welcome back to the truck. Should switch to this camera so it looks more spacious. Here we are. Good to be back. Spend all day here in this whatever you want to call it, airplane, spacecraft. Yesterday it wasn't easy. It was not easy. As I told you, the core, or it's called the control point, that was in this mainframe was not working. Exchanged it with a new one. You can see this one is the number 3. There's the number 2 as well. And in the documentation, you find all the instructions on how to set it up for the systems. And we did that one by one. And it did not work. It would give us all kinds of first not connected on the other computers. So the GUI that's in the console, as well as the management server. It's not selected yet. So we set up, we configured. Yeah, all according to this info. And yeah, there was stuff that worked incredibly well. Stuff that we skipped in some steps. You know, entering all kinds of info about the system, giving the switch a name, so it's not this, but it says hello, this is my prompt. Yeah, just giving us the right info. Well, LAN emulation, and that was where it gets crazy, because it's an ATM network, the whole system in itself, but the addressing is done with LAN IP addresses. The ATM addresses are much longer and different, but the switch was always supposed to be 192.168.1.1. On ATM addresses are different. It would be like 39.99.99.00.99.99. I forgot stuff already. Long address, but in the end it was supposed to be always the 0.1.1. And this LAN emulation, let me tell you, emulation server, it did not work. It was so crazy. We reached a dead end where it would always say subnet LAN emulation, duplicate entry, and it would not show up. Then we went to eat something. I took a long walk. We went back. We tried stuff. Always the same thing. Always the same thing. And I thought, well, I did everything according to this manual. Everything is correct. What am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong? And in this setup, the very beginning, you set the device IP address. And you will have it 192.168.1.1 subnet, whatever. So I thought, okay, yeah, that's where you set it, right? Then again, when you configure the LAN emulation, you say set device LAN emulation client, Ethernet type, IP address also, .1.1. And I thought, yeah, that's what it's supposed to be. And then there was one point where we even talked about it. It says subnet Ethernet is up, .9.1, and the LAN emulation .1.1. Now it's clear, but I remember when I encountered this, I was like, no, this is a typo. It's supposed to be 1.1. And it only struck me when later here it says I have to delete an address in a maintain mode from the control point. Otherwise network resources are being lost because IP addresses could collide. You have to go into maintain mode, and then you have show IP address .10.2. And I was like, .10.2. This is awfully close to .9.1. So does that mean this is not a typo, but what we had in the beginning was just wrong, maybe? Maybe set device is the IP address for the control point, and that is not allowed to be .1.1. Absolutely wrong, because .1.1 is what our LAN emulation needs. So this is wrong. And well, we changed that. We got it up and running. It was literally, we were at the point where it was like 10:30 in the night, and I knew I wanted to do until 11. So I thought, well, that's it. Come back tomorrow. Try again fresh. And then stumbled across this. We got it work in a very exciting finish, and then went to bed with an awesome feeling because we solved the problem. And yeah, here we are back today inside the truck, and a lot of stuff is now already working which was not working before, which is great. Let me close that for a second. Let me go in here. Still like me? He still likes me. User LAWO service. Here we go. Pings. And if I now ping the switch, he's not responding. Ooh, yeah, no. Uni signaling, not happening. Okay, we have a look into that in a second. But that is great news. Stuff is online. People are talking to each other. Reactive. And I can't wait to configure this. To be finally working. And then also what we're going to do, because these spares came unconfigured. I mean, maybe they lost their configuration, who knows. But we're going to set the second one up as well. The third one needs serious repairs. We're going to set the second one up as well. And then I'm going to write a documentation on how you would set another one up if you would have to. Right? Yeah. Cool. And then hopefully have some time to look into spares. They promised me spares. I've seen them already. Very, very nice. And then also I would like to dig into the system and just have some clicks around and see how the stuff is configured here. Neat. Okay, so let me show you. Here's the terminal. Enter. It prompts for password. This was funny. This was very funny. Because we wouldn't know what it is, and it would not be admin. It's the name of the system, the magic number. And he says, welcome to System Administrator Service. If you just press enter on password, you get to user service where you cannot change things. And now we can say, show device. Yes, for assistance contact, I might put my name in there later, if at all. EEPROM version, we updated it. Restart count is 4. Subnet is up with a 9.1, very important. LAN Ethernet. Join response failed. Oh yeah. Interesting. Did I forget to save all yesterday? Very interesting, but we can do that together. The configured ELAN name has to be different. It has to be LAWO MC2. All the rest is fine. Just the name is wrong. And in order to get the name right, you have to type the longest message ever, which is this one: set device LAN emulation client, Ethernet type, DX, IP address, subnet mask, no lex with less. This address, ATM addresses are just something else. That is the ATM address. Emulated LAN name, and then type the name, and it's not LAWO 1. It has to be LAWO MC2. Then the client is starting, and then we should be up. Let me see before show. Okay, here we are. Gave me show LAN emu servers. The server name is correct. Everything is correct. Now he needs to start the right client. Let me type that in. That's the super long message, and I'll be back. Okay, here we have it. Set device, Ethernet type, subnet mask, enter LAN name, LAWO MC2. That is the correct name. Client is starting. If we now do the show device, yes, yeah, we get the up. Nice. There it is. Subnet is up. Very important. Very, very important. And now, if I go over here, ping the switch, here we go. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Let's get the management server on screen as well. I know I'm not completely finished with the control point. Let me drop a save all and hope he remembers it on startup. And yeah, then we have some little things to do. I talked to Patrick that we get this cable done to clear the IP address of the control point, because that is not needed. But can't I just change that? I mean, because clear also just means 0.0.0. I think there's a way to do it differently, no? There should be. Because if we're on the serial port anyways, that's where I defined the IP address in the beginning. Should be able to just clear it here. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Also, I'm going to set up all the slots. There is a script that was supposed to do it for you that did not work, but maybe it works now. We see. Until then, stay tuned. Come on, you're kidding me. Okay, so this is done. All the modules up, and then I thought, well, let's get the startup going, right? But if you start, for example, the management server who clears and sends stuff via Terra the terminal to the browser, it would get stuck here. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. And I looked into the command. I was like, why is nothing happening? Well, it turns out he's waiting for the prompt, and the funny thing is, the prompt is called switch 1, and you are supposed to name the prompt switch 1 or switch 2, whatever switch you're trying to talk to, right? Whereas it's set terminal prompt, and I thought this is just for cosmetical reasons. Turns out if you don't do it, the system wouldn't work, because it would wait for this prompt forever. Incredible. Just incredible. And there we are. We tested all the DSP. I forgot to enable Uni on one module. That is fixed. Everybody's talking. Everything's looking nice. Over here, everything's blinking. Super cool stuff. This is an awesome system. In this configuration with 8 cards, you can have 120 inputs. I'm a bit jealous. I would love to have a similar configuration as well. How much can I have with 6? Because that's realistic. Oh, don't know. I think this can only have 8. Interesting, very interesting. But yeah, cool stuff. It's working, it's giving signal. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Back in the truck, DSP is tested. DSP is sorted. Now, this is module 1. And you see module 1 is also unconfigured. Why? Because these modules have no clock. So my job, and you can see here, no connection. My job for the next 30 to 40 minutes, I hope it will be that quick and easy, will be to set up this second control point. Same as we did the first yesterday. Here it is, user service. Gets me in already. And yeah, I'll take you with me. Enjoy the ride. Let's set this up. Okay, so configuration should be done. Let's see. This looks good per se. They're blinking. Probably I need to restart, the management server. Or better run the startup here. Disconnect, start. Auto start startup.command. Let's see what he says. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Come on. Start. Moi. Welcome. Established. Whoop. Awesome. Awesome. Am I hearing anything? Maybe if I... Well, that goes to main sum. Now tell them... No, that's command. Upturn. Cool. So cool. It works. Woo! Yeah, my little stack. All of this will be for me. I'm happy. Oh, let me show you a few things. This tray, super nice. Obviously I have to clean it. Also the glass. Now this, look how wide this still is. Happy about that. Spares here, some interface units there. New faders, shiny, nice, and working faders. Maybe I take some more. Replace power supply. A replacement screen, because I have a second one that looks good but has a scratch here. The front is good. Replacement for these guys. DSP boards. Very excited about those. Wish me luck. And I can get up to 100 inputs. This is cool, a stereo meter with a designated holder for the wireless board. Yeah. What else? Oh yeah, under there's one of these guys, and I'm thinking to take some more because I would be able to get much more on display. But yeah, I would like to hear what you think about it, because my desk does come with these LEDs, which show not only level but also, you know, group assignments, some assignments, all that fancy stuff. Now in here, because they needed a lot more functions, and I saw that with a lot of the broadcasting configurations, they used the displays, because you can have 16 inputs on one display where you would need much more space. So, you know, there's another monitor here, another input there, some more buttons. It shows gain reduction, it shows all kinds of stuff. It has all kinds of stuff. So, you know, let's see. Also here, yeah, this little tray. And I'd like to have the same. Also, I would take a picture of this. I think the configuration is kind of cool, because what they did is the channel here is in the correct order of processing. So you would have unit processing, unit control. Well, normally the control with the gain should be here. Not as straightforward as I thought, but if you look to it in general, right, you have input, you have equalizer, dynamics, and then sense. And I think that is kind of cool. And then you have this bottom row with the screen control right here. Some more cool buttons for signal. More faders here. I like that layout. I really like that layout. And then obviously here, volume, whatever. You could still put a laptop in here, and want to have a configuration with my console as well, where you can definitely put a laptop on top of the console without these sliding trays, right? But yeah. Oh yeah, with the tray I could have the cables come up here for Thunderbolt and USB. You see, just me getting inspired by this lovely console. Yes, Patrick is working on getting some of these fixed because the sense, and right now the console's not reacting at all, but the sense is off on some. But I'll finish up this journey here. What a journey it was. I had a great time inside of this car. Yeah, let me show it to you from the outside one last time. Just my favorite view. Why do I think this is super cool? I think this is super cool. The wiring on this. What did they use? Cool stuff. Well done. Yeah. Yeah, and that was my trip to the Netherlands to fix a console in a truck. What an adventure it was. Now, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the last couple of minutes with me, feel free to give me that all buttons in on like and subscribe. Until next time, have a good one. Ciao.